outlook for Jake, I guess? Good to see him back in practice. How do you get him back, eased back into game action here?
Yeah, well, today being on the ice at full practice, full contact, and all of that is a big step, obviously. Given that it's only one day here before game action, I don't know that that means he'll be available to play tomorrow. I think they'll sort through that, but regardless, it's a good and important step here. Obviously, we didn't practice at all through the break, but for him to just come right in and be feeling good enough to step right into a full practice is a very good sign.
Where do you see the biggest room for growth for your team in the second half of this year?
I think it's in consistency of how we play and how we defend. That's really it. I think that we've had lapses at different times, whether that's segments in the schedule or segments within certain games. So we're just seeking greater consistency there. I think every team is striving for that. It's hard to attain, but that's certainly something that we have to increase our focus on, both in what we address, in practice and in our meetings with the team, and then also what we focus on and stress in games as well. And I think we have certainly ramped that up as we've slipped in that area here, as we went through January. But we're coming back off the break here now and officially being in the second half of the season and new month and all those kind of things. Lots of reasons for us to put January aside with how we play, despite the fact that we found ways to get great results.
Tomorrow, one of your more challenging special teams games, given how well Carolina is in those departments. Plus you guys, and maybe a chance to comment on Deechino's work with your penalty kill.
Yeah, with two really good teams on special teams, as you're saying. So it's going to be tight that way, and the team that can get the edge on special teams obviously would be at a great advantage. It's two teams that generally, the special teams give them a great edge, whether it's us or them. And two teams going at it like that, we're going to have to be really prepared and ready to execute against a very difficult penalty kill and challenging power play. In terms of Dean and what he's brought us, first of all, he's very prepared and has our group very prepared every day to know what to expect from the opposition, and he stayed on top of the details of our penalty kill, whether that's the collective units or working with guys individually. He's brought a good plan right from the beginning of the off season and meeting with us as a staff, and then on to the players themselves. And obviously a lot of that foundation, it was what he brought into Carolina and worked with them in their system. So there's a lot of similarities with how the two teams kill penalties for sure.
Jack had a busy all-star break, and then you had those two games going into it. Have you thought about how you might deploy your goalies for tomorrow?
Yeah, we thought about it. In fact, we thought about it before going into the break. So Mrazek's going to start tomorrow, and it's just something we made the decision, the final game there, to put Jack back in after a game in which Mrazek had played very well. We thought it would be important to get him back in as quickly as we can. You combine that with the fact that Jack didn't have much of a break necessarily. It just made a lot of sense for us to commit to that with Peter and get him going, and then it gives us opportunity to get Jack ready for Calgary. I think that just offensively, I think they need to be a little bit more direct and play quicker with the puck, without the puck. We're playing against a team tomorrow that's going to really require that, and I think that's a big part of when you look at the success that Nylander and Kerfoot have on the wings. A lot of that comes through speed off the puck and moving their feet and playing without the puck and then getting it in good spots. I think that's an important piece for that line to really kind of get themselves going, both on the rush and into the offensive zone. So that's really it. But I think we'll see those guys come back from the break here refreshed and ready to get back, being what was a very productive line for us.
You guys have had a couple breaks, and then you've had those long spaces between games. You feel like you kind of have some experience in how to handle when the team comes back after a bit of a way off?
Yeah, I think our guys, as much as they want to be up and running and play a lot of games, we had the three games in 4 days before we finished up there at the break, but you guys have gotten comfortable in these situations here, you know, with the long gaps between games. And as much as we know the busy schedules are coming, it's really going to be, you know, another 10 days or 2 weeks or so before it really starts to heat up towards the end of the month and into March. So this is something here, you know, we get a practice today, we get a game day, and then we'll have 2 practice days after this before we head out to Calgary, and look to utilize that to, you know, to really get our game back going again. Today was more about just getting the body moving again and touching the puck, and couldn't overdo it on a day like today with guys getting back in and getting comfortable, getting back on the ice. A lot of guys traveling, you know, not just the guys, you know, that with Austin and Jack in Vegas, but other guys are traveling from all over and making their way back here and get on the ice today. You have to play a game tomorrow, so today is really just about preparing for tomorrow, and then we'll get back to work on Tuesday in terms of really prepping for the remainder of the month and the busy schedule that lays ahead.